Alright, so the answers to our problem number 1 is that TQ is equal to 6, and also that these two lines are not parallel. Alright, so those are the answers there. Which brings us to our next section, which is the mid-segment of a triangle. And so a mid-segment is a line that bisects one side of a triangle and whose other endpoint bisects the other side of a triangle. So you can see here that this point here bisects this side of the triangle, and that this point R bisects this side of the triangle. So we could say RQ is the mid-segment of a triangle. We can also say that RP is the mid-segment of a triangle, of this triangle, and QP is also a mid-segment of the triangle for the same reason, right? And so if we have a mid-segment in a triangle, then we could say a couple of things. First of all, we could say that the mid-segment is parallel to one of the sides, right? So in this case, RQ would be parallel to AB. I believe this is a B here. And also RP is parallel to CB, and QP is parallel to AC, right? So that's one thing you can say. You can also say that its length is 1/2 the length of that side. So in this case here in the example, JK is equal to half of the length of FG, 1/2, right? In this example up here, RP is equal to 1/2 the length of CB. RQ is equal to 1/2 the length of AB. And QP is equal to 1/2 the length of AC. Okay, so we're going to use that to solve some of these problems, right? So here we go. Find each measure. Find DE. And it looks like we have that FE is a mid-segment, and also DE is a mid-segment of the triangle. Right? So how do we find DE? Well, DE is going to be equal to 1/2 of AC. So I'm going to say here 3A DE is equal to 1/2 AC. And we know what AC is, right? AC is 15. So to find DE, it's equal to 1/2 of 15, which is equal to 7.5. All right. So now what about DB, this here? How can we find that? Well, we know FE, right? And so using the triangle mid-segment theorem, let's do 3B. We can come up with the equation that FE is equal to 1/2 of AB, right? And we know what FE is. It's 9.2. So we can say 9.2 is equal to 1/2 AB. Then we're going to multiply both sides by 2, and we'll get 18.4 is equal to AB. But we don't want AB. We want DB, right? And we know that DB is equal to 1/2 of AB. So we can just go ahead and plug it in, right? And so we got DB is equal to 1/2 times 18.4. So then DB is equal to 9.2. So what about part C, right? So we'll do 3C. And that's asking for angle FED. Okay. So what we're going to need to use here is the fact that FE is also parallel to AB because of the triangle mid-segment theorem. So I'm going to draw a little arrow like that and a little arrow like that. And if that's so, then that means that this line here is a transversal, which means that this angle is congruent to this angle right there. Right? So they're asking us to find FED. But we know that these two lines are parallel, and we also know that these two lines are alternate interior angles. So this angle here is equal to that angle there, which is given. It's 82 degrees. So I could just say measure of angle FED is equal to 82 degrees, and I'll be done. And then I think, oh, I'm sorry. I think I did the actual problem, and then the example I didn't do. So why don't you guys do the example, and I'll show you the answers in the next video.